See if we can get that closure though. 15 minutes closing really solid in the range. Looks like we're going to get this short set up here. Big V-shaped recovery on the 5-minute, inverting this fair value gap. So going to go ahead and take this short if we can close below, right? There it is.
Order.
So I'm going to go ahead and get short here. Stops above the high. And just looking to target this daily low. See if we could trade through it just a little bit. But yeah, pretty simple. Just inverting this fair value gap. Looking to see price trade down towards this 3 standard deviation and this daily low. So we got price balancing right away. Balancing that range. You can see it's tapping up into that bottom wick. Just want to see price continue down. Also on the hourly, we had that tap into the inverse fair value gap as well as that fair value gap. So looks pretty solid. See if we can get some follow through. Probably could have been a little bit more patient and waited to get a fill up here in the fair value gap. The inverse would have been a little bit better. But it's all right. This is definitely a bread and butter setup that I like to see. Now, if it actually plays out, I mean, that's another thing. But, you know, we had nice accumulation before the market and then manipulation above pre-market highs with a fair value gap forming here on the 5-minute and clean daily lows just below. So now I don't want to see this 5-minute reclaimed. If we reclaim this 5-minute, it's not really a good sign in my opinion. Also don't like how we had this volume imbalance up here. Randy, you're filled in this with me? Yeah. That volume imbalance is like the last line of defense, I would say, because if we start breaking through that, go higher. Yeah, personally, I didn't want to see price trade this high, to be honest. If it was going to roll over to this daily low, I would say that we balance this price range and then start to roll over from here. But now we're reclaiming that fair value gap. Might close for a small loss. See if we can get a price to close back in the range in the next 40 seconds. If not, I'll just I'll close for a smaller loss. Yeah, eyes are kind of on this 1 minute candle, right? See if we can get that last push down back into that fair value gap. I still kind of like this trade though. Yeah, I really need to start seeing this roll over for the 950 macro, right? Yeah, you got a super clean fill, man. I like that fill. Very nice. I'm not targeting. I'm not going to target that daily low. That's is that the same daily low? Yeah, that's. Yeah, never mind. My bad. I was looking at the 1 minute. Yeah, not the best fill here, but a little sloppy for sure. But at least we're on the right side of price, right? It's looking a little scary up here. If we closed up here, I would have closed my trade, right? If this candle closed up here. But like I said, all eyes were on that 1 minute candle right at the closure of that 5 minute. So I was pretty confident price would keep moving down as long as we respected this fair value gap kind of. What's funny was we actually had SMT there. I didn't pick up on that. It was actually SMT at the highs right there. So we're seeing that roll over. It was honestly a really, really good setup for Monday. I was paying attention to this trade right here, or this candle right here when this was happening. I didn't even see ES made SMT. But pretty good setup, honestly, for a Monday. Not gonna lie. Yeah, look at that thing bleed, man. In 1 minute. I think I'm just gonna look to take profit right around here, honestly. I'm not gonna get greedy on a Monday. This is right at a daily low. All this low resistance liquidity and this 3 standard deviation, we could easily see a reaction off of this level. So I definitely want to be a little picky about my trade here. Seven, 8, 6. Oh yeah, man. That was a good fill as well. Yeah, you guys got some really good fills. Good work, both of you guys. think I was a little convinced that this would roll over pretty fast from this 945 candle. I was not expecting this 945 candle, this 5-minute candle, to come up and create this green candle here, if I'm being honest with you. If we were distributing a little bit harder, you know, I would expect this manipulation to have price just roll over straight to target. But we kind of moseyed around this fair value gap. But I guarantee you a lot of people were trying to get long in this fair value gap to these London highs, which might have created that little hiccup right there, right? But that's why I think it's really smart to stay patient, right? And see what price is going to do off of this first presented fair value gap. Now, if we bounced off of this fair value gap here and we started closing above here, longs would look a lot better, right? But the fact that we close below that 5-minute fair value gap and we have clean daily lows to the downside, let's scale in one more on this trade.
Order filled.
My stops at the higher end of this green candle here. I wouldn't want to see price start to trade above this bearish candle that created this another leg to the downside. Just adjusting my stops there to make sure my risk is on point still. Still risking less than 200 here with three micros. Not the best risk to reward today, but I mean, what can you do? It's a Monday, you know. Profit's profit if we can get it. Nice little 30-minute rejection off the fair value gap. Yeah. I like the hourly. The hourly looked really good because we had this V-shaped recovery from the hourly, and we're delivering out of a fair value gap and the inverse fair value gap. I really like the way that looked. Now we're just trading lower to this daily low. Trying to squeeze that last little bit of profit out. Oh, price is moving now. Almost tapped into that daily low. Just want to see it trade through it. Very close. Very close. I don't like that instant reaction though. Yeah, it's crazy how sensitive these areas are. Daily lows, London highs, etc., etc. Even these standard deviation levels, right? Whenever price starts trading close to them, you can see like reactions, right? And then trading through, we get to this standard deviation, getting a strong reaction. It's like the anti-magnet. All right, so we just need one more leg to the downside here on this 1-minute candle. Should get it. See this 1 minute candle flip and take out this low. And then we will be solid for a Monday. Looking for shorts now. Yeah, this is where if I did not get in on this trade and we met this daily low, I would be done for the day. I wouldn't be trading anymore. And that's something I'm going to implement a lot more in my trading, is not taking a trade if my targets are already met. Yeah, I don't like this 1 minute. What the hell is that? But this could be your model here, Jonah. Right? If we sweep above that high. Now, personally, I do want to see it just trade through the daily low. if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think we still will get that. I think we'll still get that fill though, Randy. I think we will trade through that daily low just a little bit. I don't think we're gonna leave it like that, but let's see. But we are starting to create some liquidity to the upside. You could see these 5 minute candles. They're leaving behind highs, right? So that's something to keep in mind, that we could come up and sweep some of these highs. I know there's a lot of liquidity. Honestly, take profit could have been here with all this liquidity. I just expected price to trade through it, honestly. Yeah, I don't like how we're inverting that fair value gap, but yeah, we're starting to go range bound on the 1 minute here. Let's see. Very curious to see how this high reacts though. If we get a little displacement out, or do we just sweep the high and come back in the range? Yeah, ES isn't even close to sweeping the pre-market lows, right? Yeah, a little unfortunate there, right? We didn't get filled by a couple points. Now we're trading higher. We just displaced above. Yeah, this 10 a.m. candle is going straight up. That's pretty annoying. Huge 5-minute candle. Yeah, I'm still gonna hold this. It's annoying. Yeah, I expected maybe like this price action right here, but not this candle right here, this 1003 candle. That's kind of crazy. But, you know, kind of is what it is. Jonah has a model here though playing out. Jonah has a model. If we can get down below here, that'll be a good short for him. But we are straight bullish right now. It's not good. Unfortunately, stop loss could be in the line of fire if price wants to sweep a little more. Yeah, I had a feeling, price could reverse just because of the highs that we were leaving behind on the 5-minute candles. You could see it's just all low resistance liquidity to the downside, right? But I was hoping we would at least trade through that daily low first and get filled. But it's not over yet, but this is a little annoying of a trade for sure. Little annoying of a trade. We can see, this 10 a.m. candle could be printing a wick to the upside to continue lower. But it's a little bit of an overextension, I would say. I would definitely only want to see like this high get ran and trade in this range and then start rolling back over. Yeah, look at that daily low. To a tick, man. To a tick. That's wild. All right, so that first 15 minute, also that 10 a.m. candle, creating that wick to the upside. Getting a nice candle closure there on that 1 minute. I would really like to see that. Hmm. Like I said, still looks pretty good, but definitely some annoying price action for sure. We can't get that. We can't quite get that fair value gap closure, that inverse that we're looking for on that 1 minute. But these two candles were a good sign, right? Let's see if we can start to roll over from here. This fair value gap's holding up pretty solid though. At this point, if we start trading above this high and closing above this high in the next 4 minutes, I would say that it's starting to look bad. Price is definitely moving though for a Monday. It's creating fair value gaps back and forth. You know what I mean? We're getting some direction. Not a whole lot of consolidation. Had a little bit right here and a little bit right here, but other than that, price has been moving. Just hasn't moved to a target yet. A higher time frame target. All right, so starting to get that rollover. Got about 20 seconds. Maybe we can invert that fair value gap there. Maybe we can't. There's definitely some volume though. Definitely some volume. Wow, we closed right at the bottom of that inverse fair value gap. Done for the day. Yeah, that's it. That's not a bad idea at all, Randy. I'll definitely only be taking this one trade for today. I won't be looking for anything else, to be honest. It's a Monday. Price isn't showing that it's too clean, right? I would expect this distribution leg to be a little cleaner, right? Not have this big green candle, this big green candle, and price just kind of messing around, you know, and then not taking that daily low liquidity. It's a little sus to me, you know. But market's gonna do what it's gonna do. Just need to adapt. Yeah, I would like to see this candle close down here, honestly. This 15-minute candle in the next minute. See this candle close down here, and then we just roll over in the next 10-15 candle. So 10-15 to 10-30, we start getting that roll over to that daily low, possibly even 10-30. But yeah, definitely during the 10 a.m. candle though, that hour. I don't really want to be in this trade during 11 a.m. So Yeah, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of inside bar candles. So we had that 9:45 candle and then this first 10:15 candle closing within this range here. I don't really like that because this is just showing consolidation. We could sweep the high and sweep the low of this candle, which I'm not liking too much, right? Mhm. Kind of the same story with the hourly and the 30-minute. We're still within the 9 a.m. candle range. So one of these lows are definitely going to get ran. I'm just expecting what's more higher probability. I would say the higher probability one to get ran is this, since we are delivering out of a fair value gap, but we'll see. Yeah, we're actually starting to see price slow down. It is pretty crazy to me how we got this close to that daily low, right, to the tick. We couldn't get that drive through it. A little strange. Hmm. All right. So the last 10 minutes of this 15-minute candle, we're definitely going to see some volume to either the upside here or the downside because we're still within this 15-minute range. And you could see we're really starting to accumulate. Got like a little triangle pattern almost forming. Price is really starting to slow down, I think, trying to find direction. So we'll see if we get a little breakout of this area. Now this is looking pretty bullish at this point. If I'm just looking at price action here, we had a sweep of this low and now we're respecting here. Hmm. Yeah, I would say if we start breaking above these highs here, then stop loss will just get hit, right? Yeah, we'll go ahead and close here.
Order filled.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate trade right there. We were basically a couple points away from the take profit at that daily low, and then price completely reversing on us. So closed the trade a little bit early, so didn't take a full loss, but still pretty rough, right? But it's all right. It's part of trading. It is what it is. And there would have been full stop loss there. Yeah, not favorable, right? So we just zoom out and you could see that we are just trading in this range right here, sweeping both sides, a little bit of seek and destroy. But yeah, that's gonna do it for trading today for me. I think don't want to push the button more on this, right?